So what we're covering this week is not due until after spring break. And we are going to be learning how to filter, search, and sort. So there is actually quite a bit of material in the chapter and in the lecture that you need to read through. You'll notice that we are going to be working with arrays. So I do have some different videos that you can watch on array processing. So, I mean, if you're familiar with how to create and update an array, you can skip that one. If you are not sure what pop, shift, and delete are, watch the video. Okay, because these are different functions that you actually need to know for the certification exam. And then we have some jQuery methods that we are going to be using. And here is a list of things you should know by the end of this lecture. And if you don't, then I've got links to videos there as well. And same with objects. For the filtering section and the searching section and how to combine filtering and searching, I created videos that go through each of those sections, including sorting. The videos cover what the code is doing. It's really important that you guys understand what the code is doing. So make sure you watch the videos, okay? Because quite often just reading through a description is not going to give you the understanding that a video would give you. Okay, so really important that you guys read through the pages and watch the videos. Okay, so we start by going through JavaScript arrays, and then we get into, after the arrays, we talk about jQuery methods. And then we talked about objects and properties. And then finally, we get into filtering. And the reason we talk about all of those things first is because when we do filtering, searching, sorting, it's utilizing the arrays, the jQuery methods, and objects. So this is simply filtering. So it basically categorizes pages and it lets you select buttons to filter what you see. Okay, and that's the textbook author's example. And so everything that follows is an explanation of what is going on with filtering and how you create this type of page. And again, the code is explained in the filtering video, which is linked to the top of this page. So in addition to filtering, you're going to see how to do a search. Okay, so this is the textbook author. And basically, as you start keying, it's going to start limiting what you see. And then my example, I do a filter and a search. So these are actually my photos. And then if I do a filter, you can kind of see how that works with the searching and filtering. And there's an explanation of how to do searching and then also how to do a search and a filter together. Those video explanations are at the top. And then finally, we get into sorting. So again, there is a video at the top that explains how sorting works, and that's kind of important that you understand. But you set up things in a table, and then it's the table header that is going to handle the sorting. So this is my example. And then this was the textbook author's example. Okay, so 3 main topics in this lesson are filtering, searching, and sorting. And it's important that you understand the information for processing arrays, for jQuery methods, and for objects because they're utilized in the code. Once you get done reading the chapter and going through the lecture, then you're ready for the programming assignment. And the programming assignment involves creating a filter or a search page. And if you want to do both, I will give you 10 points extra credit. So the same examples that are in the lecture I included here, and I also included links to the videos that explain what the code is doing. Because again, you really need to understand what that code is doing. And for sorting, it's the same thing. I've got the 2 examples, and then I have a link to the explanation of what the code is doing. Okay, and then once you're done, you're going to link these into your assignment page. For milestone 2, you should commit the milestone to GitHub, and then all you need to do in this Dropbox is submit a link to your GitHub repository. Okay, so that is what we have for lesson 11, and again, it is not due until after break. For those of you who are not going anywhere over spring break, and I would imagine that would be the majority of you given our current situation in our country, if you wanted to get a start on milestone 3, I do have the instructions, but basically milestone 3 is all 3 games need to be complete. Okay, that is milestone 3. So you can click on the link and kind of take a look, but in a nutshell, everything needs to be done. So if you are working over break, I am going to have some office hours because I know all of my students in other classes are going to be working over break. And I will post the hours before spring break. I will post them to the top of the course. If you have problems or questions in the meantime, make sure you have your page online and then just send me an email and I will go look at it. Okay, that's the easiest way for me to figure out what's going on. I don't want a screenshot or for you to send me an email with the description of the problem. I actually have to see it. So make sure you've got your page online and then I will go take a look and feel free to ask if you have any questions or problems.